Okay, so good afternoon. Here we are, January 23rd. Very exciting times here for LifeWave and for LifeWave Canada, but I just got some hot news I thought everyone might be interested in knowing. Got this through a trusted source in the grapevine that already in the month of January, LifeWave has done over $9 million in sales in Japan. Okay, $9 million. And the month's not over. It's only 3 weeks in Japan. And they are forecasting that LifeWave will be on the way to halfway to $1 billion by the end of this year. So, woohoo, right place, right time, right company. That's for sure. Well, this is a special time, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. Last week, we had several of our leaders on with us. Zena's right there. Hello, Zena. We had Judy Daniel, on with us. And today, and if folks would like to pop your camera on and say hello, you're more than welcome to do that. Hello, Coach Clarissa. And so good evening or good afternoon. I think that's pretty reliable. I think it's afternoon for everybody. So last week we did our first Canadian training, and thank you, Zena and Judy did a fabulous job, talking about the nitty-gritty 101 training site. We reviewed in detail the proven plan of action that's, our daily method of operation, which is part of the proven plan of action, which is really turning the heat up for everybody that's engaging in it. And so I just want to thank everyone that's working with it. And I also want to thank one of my closest friends. We have a special guest today. He's my leader and mentor. He's a brother from another mother. He's certainly one of my very best friends. Our paths have been crisscrossing in business literally for decades. And in this time, we planted our swords and we both found a home with LifeWave. He found it a little bit before I did. Rob and I found LifeWave 2 years ago. He found it 15 years ago. And he experienced the initial thrust and growth of the company, which was very substantial. And then he, witnessed the company kind of plateauing. More patches didn't mean more sales. Might have made more diversified benefits we share with people. But so anyway, but Kai, woke up one day a couple of years ago and realized, oh my God, my little LifeWave check is getting bigger every week. And what's going on? He took a double take and realized they had launched X39. And lo and behold, we know what that did. So when X39 came around, it was new game or game over for the rest of it. And everybody knows the rest, they say, is history. It has been, we are now a single product focus in a multi-product company. And so I'm just delighted. I'm going to turn it over to you, Kai, and you can turn your camera on, turn your voice box on, and share whatever you'd like to share. We're here to listen and learn. Let's see. Let me unmute, ask to start video. How about that? See if that works.
Yep, that worked. Hi, everybody. Hey, Gregory, I have a very special training. It's only like 3 or 4 words. It's the whole thing. Okay. And it's based on what you said in the beginning when you opened up. Sign people up in Japan.
That's right. Rob and I were just on the phone with Paula Shaw, and she's the one we heard it from, a reliable source. And she's saying, well, you guys are going to be buying houses all over the place. I says, yeah, but first we need to get somebody in Japan.
So that's my training. Sign people up in Japan. No, well, internationally is great. And Canada's international. So let's see. This says you cannot start your video because it's host. Okay, great. I don't
Your
need
video's
that.
going, so we can see it fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. So hi, everybody. I love Canada. And, I've loved Canada forever. There's one word that I love, the word A. Like here in America, we say, huh? What'd you say, huh? And in Canada, everyone says, A? And I like A better. So I started saying A about 30 years ago in all my conversations, and everybody goes, "Are you from Canada? Are you from Canada?" So I love Canadians. I've been up there a lot. My business partner that I actually started LifeWave with, Randy Hood, who's still in the business, he's my sponsor now. We had a double position. We were two people, and he's up there in Canada, and he's just doing great. And I've gone up to spend time with him. I remember recruiting up in Canada, up at the Maple Lake. I don't know if anybody knows Maple Lake. It's up in the, gosh, I don't know all the names, but it's in the a string of lakes that are up there, up above Vancouver. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And I remember sitting on his house and on the deck, and this eagle landed right in front of me on the deck. and the eagle, I was on a three-way call, and this eagle landed like 10 feet away from me on the railing. And I was like, wow. I get to do the business that I love. I'm sitting on this beautiful deck above Maple Lake, which is this gorgeous kind of wilderness lake, and an eagle's sitting here with me, and now we're on a four-way. So anyway, those are just fun stories because I do love Canada a lot. And he had a great little canoe that I'd go out and just go over to where the eagle was nesting. I went and visited the eagle's home, and I got underneath their nest, and it was really cool. So I do love network marketing. I think what makes it really work is having fun. If you get into your passion and, you get your belief level up about the X39 and what's happening with the X39, and, try a bunch of product, put a few of them on if you need to, but certainly wear one every day, hand them out to a lot of people. If you get it in a lot of people's hands, you're going to have a business. It's really that simple. You just have to share this opportunity with people. It's really about sharing. And I know Rashid is just doing a fantastic job up in Canada, and Pete's actually doing a great job too. But he's down in Mexico. He's Canadian, but he was working up there in Winnipeg for a while, and then he took off to Mexico, and he's just having almost too much fun down there in Mexico, I think, right now. I'm sure Clarissa would agree with me. We get all these texts from Pete, and he's just having a blast. But he's meeting a lot of people and planting a lot of seeds. And Rashid, I know you've been building big groups down there, in Canada. And I know it's tough right now because Canada's on a strong lockdown. And so what I wanted to share was kind of how I built. I've always built. I've always personally built from my warm market. And I know that's kind of how your group is going right now. So I know it's a little hard to meet people like in Mexico where Pete is. He gets out on the beach and there's no lockdown in Mexico. He meets 3 new people every day and meets business kind of people that are wealthy enough to be traveling from Europe there. And he's trying to get an international business, and he's meeting a lot of people. But I kind of go back to the roots of my warm market, people that I have known over the years, business associates, people that I do business with, the person who cuts my hair or does my taxes, or mows my lawn, it doesn't matter. My doctor, and just all your business, that I give my business to, all those are really wonderful people to share this with. And of course, your friends and your family and all those people too. But I like going after business builders. And this is how I built my business. And I've built very large businesses. I've had groups of over, I think in LifeWave, I have about 170,000 people in my network right now. I've had more than that. I've had 200,000 to 300,000 in other companies over the years. I've been doing this a long time. And the way I built these giant groups is always the same. I find a company that I feel like I can make a home in, that I really get inspired by, and it's really important that you're lit up. You have to love the product. You have to love the company. You have to love how the compensation plans works. And who doesn't like a really good hybrid binary? I mean, we get paid infinitely deep. And I want to plant the seed in everybody's mind. All you need to do is get one really good person on one side and one really good person on the other side. And that's all it takes. And they have to be really firing on all cylinders. Somebody like Robin and Gregory is a good example. And you don't even have to be the sponsor of them. Long as they somehow appear, by you working your group and drilling down in the people as they come in, helping them with their warm market, it becomes infinite amount of people to talk to. And somebody will appear. And when they finally appear, somebody, and you can see it in your genealogy, they're doing something. I go down and I do whatever it takes. I will stop my massive recruiting or whatever, and I will work with those people and find out what really they need and how I can really support them, and do contests with them, do lots of 3-ways, do whatever it takes to make them successful. And the more people you help become successful, the more successful you become. But all you need is one person on either side, and really develop them until they're making a really good livelihood. And once they're making a really good livelihood, you can go off to find another leader. But it's the leaders that really build, that really make your business. And they will appear if you keep on sharing this with people and helping your people share, you will eventually find. So it's not that you have to build 170,000 people. You just need to build 2 good ones. And that when I learned that magic and that power of that, that's what really helped me. So I just want to plant that seed. But what I do every time I start a business, and if a lot of you are just getting started, I literally make a list of everybody I know. I go to my directory on my phone. Here's my cell phone. I got about 4,000 people on my phone. Most people have at least a couple hundred. I go to my email directory and I write down every single person. I do not edit it. And as I said, people that I do business with, people that are my friends, people that are relatives, people that are networkers, because I've met a lot of networkers over the years. So those are my favorite, but I go after those. And I literally write a P or a B by their name. I put everyone on a list and I put a P or a B. Business is for B, or P is for product. Some people are going to respond better to, this great new health product, stem cells. We've got, this incredible breakthrough in what I like to call affordable stem cell technology. These patches, affordable stem cell technology. And I lead with the product, with the P's. And with the B's, I lead with the business. Are you in a place where you can use some extra money? We have this incredible business opportunity with this breakthrough in affordable STEM technology. And stem cells are the cutting edge of what's going on in science. And we have an affordable way. Instead of spending $4,000 or $5,000, or even sometimes 10 or 20,000 in some cases on one injection, you can get patches for literally the price of a cup of coffee a day, that are so powerful that over time they keep on working year after year, day after day, month after month, year after year. They continue to work on you. So I then call everybody. Or my favorite thing is with this new InTouch app. The new InTouch app, I just send them a little thing, like just a very short little line. Watch this video. It's incredible. And then I send it to my whole list on my phone. And I sit back. I used to do this in my car. I'd be in my car, waiting at the bank in the parking lot, and I'd just be texting 50 people. And I'd get 4 or 5 people texting back going, wow, this is really interesting. I'm interested. And that's all it takes is, getting a handful of people getting going, and then you teach them to do the same thing. And they, in turn, do that with their contact base, and it just keeps on snowballing down, and you keep drilling down into your group, helping people. And the key is 3-way calling. And so I'm going to share with you my methodology that I like to use. So I send out a little teaser on InTouch at this point, and just, say, please watch this video. It's incredible. And then I follow up with everybody. And in the follow-up, I ask 3 questions. And these are the 3 questions. I say, did you watch the video? By the way, this is so easy. It's so duplicatable. Did you watch the video? And if they say, well, I didn't get a chance to really do it. With the InTouch app, it's kind of neat. You can kind of see if they did or not. You get notified. But the first the first call, I just invite them to look, and I set an appointment. I always try to set an appointment. But even if sometimes I'll call ahead of time if I see they're watching the video. But I always call at the time I made my appointment for the follow-up. And if they say they haven't watched it, then I say, hey, that's no problem. Hopefully you can watch that in, can you watch it sometime by the end of the day? And then let's talk. Or if they can't do it till the next day, no problem. I set, again, one more appointment. I do that one time only. By the way, I don't chase after people. I give them one shot if they haven't watched it. And when I call back again, if they've watched it, then we go to the second question and I follow up on that call. But if they haven't watched it, then I say, well, listen, when you get a chance to watch it, here's my contact information. Give me a call and we'll go forward from there. Fair enough? So then I'm sorting. I'm not convincing people. So I give them that one shot where I follow up, and I'll give them, do it one more time. If they say they watched the video, then I ask my second question. of the 3 questions, and I say, what did you like best about what you saw? It's a very specific question. It's very easy. What did you like best about what you saw? And they will invariably tell me their hot button. Like, oh, I've been, with Robin, it was my knees have been hurting. I've been thinking about stem cells. I don't even think I had to go through the questions. She was all over it so quickly. But, I know with Robin, she really wanted to get stem cells for her knees. Somebody else might go, wow, stem cells are really popular. That's like they cost $10,000 for an injection. This is a great business opportunity. And I know that they're business oriented right away, and they're looking for a business, and they like the idea of being able to market stem cells. So I write down very short, a little note, because I keep a pad when I call people, and that way I can always refer back. You can do it on Outlook or other ways on the computer if you're good on your computer or your phone. I do. You can even do it in the InTouch app. But then I just write down what they, the little hot button that they said to me, and then I repeat back. I listen fully to whatever they say until they're done. And then when they're done, I just repeat back what they said. If they said, let's say in case of Robin, wow, I've been, my knees have been really, painful. I've had some surgeries done. I've been thinking about stem cells. I go, wow, so you've been thinking about stem cells. And I bet this is exciting, especially if you've had surgery on your knee. So I repeat what they said. And, I just repeat back what they said. So you're really excited about that. And then I ask my third, what I call the $1 million question, is I say this. And the key to this is it takes all the guesswork out. I say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your level of interest? And the words rate your level of interest, not how would you rate yourself, how would you rate your feelings or self or anything. How would you rate your level of interest on a scale of 1 to 10? I just want to take your temperature. This way, you don't have to guess. You don't have to guess like, oh, is this person really a good fit or not? They're going to tell you, and it's the number. If they say 7 or better, we know there's a good fit. If they say 6 or lower, it just doesn't quite fit for whatever reason. Maybe they're just not interested in health, or they don't want to deal with anything, or they're, whatever, something going on in their life. But if they say 7 or better level of interest, that's when you do 3 ways. And that's the magic, is the 3-way. And you see, up until now, you don't have to know anything. You could do this your first day. All you say is, hey, you're inviting people, would you watch this incredible video? I really love what this video shares about stem cells. So you're just inviting them to take a look. The second one is, what did you like best? Doesn't take any training or any knowledge about the company or the products or anything. What did you like best about what you saw? Very easy to do. And the next question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your level of interest? Again, anybody can do that their first day. That's what's so beautiful and duplicatable about the system. And I brought in hundreds of thousands of people into companies sharing and teaching this simple system. And then you can bring them to the 3-way. And that's when you introduce them to, don't say upline, I like to use my business partners. So, you could be using Rashid, he's fantastic. Judy, Zena, Pete, Clarissa, all these are super leaders that you can do 3 ways with, and myself, and there's other people. There are many other people that are within that group too. And you just start introducing them to the team, and the magic of the 3-way, if they're 7 or better, almost all of them will come into your business. They'll try it. Now, the sampling is a great way to add into that too. When you're in the 3-way, the person doing the 3-way with you might ask for, when you start talking to people, initially, you might say, we do have a sample program where I can send you one. It's not so that you can really see that the product works, because it takes time for that to happen. But you can see what it is, and you can, check it out and see that it's, a very simple thing to do. And I'm happy to send you one, but I will not send these, because they do cost some money, unless you watch the video. So if you watch the video, I'll be happy to send you a sample so you can see it. But the real testing is using at least the 30-day from the company, that they at least come in as a bronze. Now, I like to up that up a little bit, because, if they try it, we say you can try with confidence, because you can get your money back at the end of the time of trying it, and if you're not happy. And I don't dwell on that too much, because you don't want to oversell that, because then everyone will be returning stuff, for whatever reason, just to get their money back and get some free product. So I just say it once, and I say, you can try with confidence. There's a full money back guarantee on this. And that way they have a little skin in the game. So instead of sending 5 samples out, you really want them to try it for 30 days. If you can get them to do a bigger package, that's great. And sometimes I do that by saying, we have these great sample cards, and I'll be happy to send you some if you come in as a silver, because maybe you could use one with your partner, your wife or your husband, or for a couple friends. The more that you try it yourself and share it with people, that's going to work really well, because then they're going to get feedback from more people, and they're going to have more likelihood of a positive experience, because if somebody they know really has a great experience, that just gets them lit up. So that's pretty much it, Gregory. I know it's so old school, but it works. And during this time of COVID, you could be doing this over the phone with everybody. You can be doing it on video talks on Zoom or on Skype or whatever. And you can be doing it with your InTouch app. You can be meeting all these warm market people. And one last thing. What I love is once you get a group going, like Gregory has a group going, you don't have to go out and pound the pavement anymore. Of course, you're going to meet new people and be building with the new people you meet. But I get 10 or 15 calls every day for 3 ways. And that way, I'm making my 3 or 4 new contacts every day by people bringing me high quality people that are at a level 7 already and have watched stuff. So it gets much easier as you get going. In the beginning, you have to go pound on a lot of doors, but after a while, it all starts coming back at you if you do this technique of working as a collaborative team. Anyway, back to you, Gregory.
Well, that was fabulous, Kai. And it's fall in love with the process, as you're saying, and it's so simple. Keep it simple. And I love the fact that you pointed out, you could be brand new today, and someone could share the business as good as you or I with the tools, and we let the tools do the talking, and you fall in love with the process. And I love your 3-step process, and I love the evaluation at the end. On a 1 to 10 scale, how do you rate your level of interest? And like yourself, I love it. I love doing 3 ways with people. But I want to do 3 ways with folks that have already at least watched 1 or 2 of the videos and have expressed an interest in learning more. And it's such a joy. You're sitting down there in Puerto Rico. I'm sitting up here in Bozeman, Montana. We're building international organizations, and you got to love that.
That's for sure.
So
it's very simple.
It is.
Very simple.
It is very simple. And folks, so Kai has agreed to stick around to ask some questions. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording at this time. And I do want to thank you, Kai. And he's a very humble guy, but he is also one of the top 10 income earners in LifeWave. And he, withstood the test of time, hung in there with them, and now is reaping the rewards. And it takes a little bit to get started, but once you get it going, there's no stopping it. So thank you for making that phone call to us, Kai. It changed our lives forever. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.